you, because every time we will deal with the same rules. But I'll put it up later on for you, and then you can write them down.
Thank you so much.
Is there anyone that does not understand how the allowance portion works when we record the allowance? Is there any questions? I have a lot of feelings about this exam. One of the feelings that I have is that they're going to ask you something like this. Okay. So once I've recorded the allowance in the journal, I have to exactly do what I do every time. I have to post it to the ledger. So, Mr. Correspondent, your business debt decreases by the 20% allowance. Debtors are assets, and assets always decrease on the credit side. Fees, you're an income account. The income account is decreasing on the debit side with 300 Rand. And VAT, you're a liability. The liability, I no longer hold this VAT for SARS. I have given it to Correspondent. He will pay it over to SARS. The VAT liabilities always decrease on the debit side. You pay the tracing agent 500 Rand. It's a cash transaction. The question is it a trust or a business transaction? When we pay the estate agent, is it a trust or a business transaction? Excellent, Maud. It is okay?
No problem.
Now we learn from the loud voice. Di, so tell us.
So I was going to say that that I would practice due diligence, and I would go and see if I've got money in my trust account first. And because I don't, then I've got to go to business.
So we check. We do not have any money in trust. You see, I knew you were going to answer it like that. And therefore, I have to pay it from business. Samantha's asking, is the fees not 345 Rand? No, Samantha. The fees is 300. I have to pay it out of business. Now, Maud, the business cash book is an asset, and the asset is decreasing because I'm paying the tracing agent 500 Rand. The question, Maud, is on whose behalf am I paying the tracing agent? Who owes me the money? Who becomes my business debtor for this 500 Rand?
The corresponding.
I will not open a tracing agent account. Yes, Maud?
The corresponding attorneys, because they are, yes.
Excellent. The correspondent instructing attorney is the business debtor. They are the client. We are making this payment on their behalf. They are therefore our business debtor for the 500 Rand. Excellent. We draft a default judgment and we charge a fee of 1,200 Rand. Where do we charge fees?
Fee journal, ma'am.
We charge our fees in a fee journal. Who are we charging fees?
The instructing attorney.
We are charging the instructing attorney, George. You are our client. We are charging you the fees for drafting the default judgment. Instructing attorney, George. You are a business debtor. Debtors are assets, and you owe us fees plus VAT. You owe us 1,200 Rand fees plus the VAT of 180 Rand. Your business debt increases. Fees, you're an income account. The income account always increases on the credit side. And VAT, you're a liability. This is the VAT that we hold for SARS. Who can remember what is this VAT called?
Output VAT.
Excellent. Charged fees for default judgment. Whenever I work in a journal, I will always post it over to the ledger. Correspondent, you're a business debtor. Your debt is increasing because I'm charging you fees plus VAT. Debtors are assets, and assets always increase on the debit side. Fees, you're an income account. The income account is increasing on the credit side. And VAT, you're a liability. The liability is increasing. This is the VAT that I hold for SARS. I just want to mute someone. What must I not forget? In a correspondent matter, every time I charge fees, I must never forget to share with the correspondent attorney, to share with the instructing attorney, George. I must record what I'm sharing with him. Every time I charge fees, I must record what I'm sharing with him. Thank you, Samantha. Please tell me also what is the VAT on. Correspondent attorney, George, or instructing attorney, George. Instructing attorney, George, your business debt is going to decrease. I'm going to allow you a portion of this fees. So your debt decreases by the fees amount and the VAT on it. Your business debt decreases by 276 Rand. Fees, you're an income account. We don't want our income account to decrease, but we are sharing some of our fees with the correspondent attorney. Correspondent attorney has agreed that we will share 20% of our fees. Our fees is therefore decreasing with 240 Rand. In fact, you're a liability. The liability also decreases with 36 Rand. And I will merely say this is the 20% allowance for the fees that I'm sharing. Whenever I work in a journal, I will do a narration. Who remembers why must I do a narration? You can shout out the answer. Who remembers why must I do a narration?
The marks
So
for
they
it.
can know the reasons for the
Yes.
transactions.
For the marks, say it what it is. We do it for the marks. Correspondent attorney, instructing attorney George, your business debt is going to decrease by 276 Rand. Debtors are assets and the asset is decreasing on the credit side. Fees, you're an income account. The income account is decreasing. Income accounts, when they decrease, they always decrease on the debit side. And that, you're a liability. The liability is decreasing. Liabilities, when they decrease on the debit side. The same rules. Doesn't matter what matter we are doing. The same accounting principles will apply. Okay, Namshla, Donald Duck pays 50,000 Rand of the debt. This is a cash transaction. Donald Duck will come and pay us 50,000 Rand of the debt. This is a cash transaction. Is it a trust or a business transaction? It is a trust.
There is a trust payment.
Right, Namshla, on whose behalf am I going to hold this in the trust cash book?
On behalf of the instructing attorney.
Excellent. And the instructing attorney becomes our what?
Our creditor.
Beautiful. Trust cash book, you're an asset. You are going to increase because Donald Duck made the payment for the instructing attorney. Trust cash book is an asset, and the asset is increasing on the debit side. I will hold this money on behalf of the instructing attorney, George. The instructing attorney, George, you become our trust creditor. I hold this on your behalf. Because I've collected debt. Now remember, in the exam, they're not going to tell you this. In the exam, they're not going to tell you this. Because you have collected debt, what are you allowed to do?
Collection commission.
Beautiful, Refilwe. You can charge collection commission. Now, Chido, tell me, what is the collection commission that I can charge on the 50,000 that I collected?
It's 1,500.
Beautiful. I can only charge collection commission of 1,500. I only charge collection commission of 1,500. Where do I charge collection commission? Collection commission is what?
It's a fee on your fee journal.
Collection commission is fees, and I will charge it on my fee journal. Okay, somebody's asking us, how did we get to the 36 Rand? Frank, whoever's logged in as Frank, 20% of 180 Rand is 36 Rand. Okay, I charge the correspondent collection commission. Correspondent instructing attorney, collection commission is fees. I'm charging you the fees plus the VAT. You become a business debtor for the 1,500 plus 225. I can only charge collection commission of 1,500. I can't charge 10%. You become a business debtor, your debt increases. Collection commission is fees. Fees, you're an income account. You are increasing with 1,500. And that, you're a liability. The liability is increasing with 225. Whenever I work in a journal, I will always make sure that I post it to the ledger. Fees, you're an income account. The income account is increasing with 1,725 Rand. That, you're a liability. The liability is increasing with 225 Rand. And fees, you're an income account. The income account is increasing with 1,500. Every time I charge the correspondent fees, what must I not forget? Ooh, no Monday. I nearly lost that mark. I nearly lost that mark. Thank you. Because we are doing this for the marks. Let's be honest. Who said? Who said now? Who answered now? Was it you, Nomundi?
Yes, it was me, Ronelle.
And thank you also for correcting me, because I don't want to lose marks in the exam. What must we do? We must never forget to do our narration like I did. Once we've charged fees, look at what Benjamin and Samantha is saying. We must, every time we charge fees in a correspondent matter, we must then show the allowance. So correspondent business debtor or instructing attorney business debtor. Your debt, what happens to his debt, Rafielwe? When I allow him a portion of the fees, what happens to his debt?
It decreases.
His debt decreases. And we know debtors are assets, and the asset is decreasing with 345 Rand. 20% of this. Fees, you're an income account. Because I'm sharing my fees with the instructing attorney in George, my income, my fees is decreasing.